What up, y'all? It's your boy Dale with Underground State of Art. Today we'll talk about my music video, Napalm Fisherman by the Oracle, Leonard Woodard. Ride with me. Hope. Let me make sure I get up on this road. Got to get a couple things for the crib. Brother not trying to get no accident. Drive safely, yo. Don't hold your camera. Get them out.
That's good.
First off, this video right here, this song, period. The first time I heard the album, I was like, man, I gotta record this thing. It was like instant imagery. I had the theme, or just even the, what is it called? I had the idea for the video, just how I wanted to shoot it, as soon as I even heard the song. Straightforward. How much simpler could it be? You got some fire bars. Add on top of those fire bars, fire, Napalm Fisherman, let's go get it. But, you know, everything don't necessarily always work out as we would like. My theme coming in, or the desire for the, or the kind of like, my idea for the video to begin with was a minister, or kind of like John the Baptist, John the Baptist, as he was the voice in the wilderness crying out, preparing the way for the Lord. So I wanted to prepare the way for the Lord in an area to where, okay, we're in the middle of nowhere, we got a barrel of fire. I didn't want you guys to know where you were. I just wanted to be nowhere, kind of like, yeah, in the wilderness. And I have this evangelist, this minister, this voice out there crying out. How's he crying out? He's crying out over the fire. He's crying out in the middle of the wilderness, preparing the way for the Lord. In the middle of the fire, you got the fire blazing, napalm, ball spitting, napalm, straight up bringing that fire, bringing that heat in. He did his part, man. Those bars were straight hitting, and I wanted that fire to be blazing. Unfortunate enough, the biggest hindrance for the video was location. Finding an area that wasn't well lit. To be able to shoot this so you would be disoriented, just having a black background with just the flames being the light. Other challenges that came along with it was, would the flames be enough? Would I need an additional lighting? But if we're going to be in the middle of nowhere, I won't have an electrical source to be able to use. I mean, I don't have a 720D, an Aperture 720D or anything like that to record with. So, and for a video to which we're just shooting recreationally, my brother not going to go spend $1,000 just to buy one light to use. Maybe we could have rented, but due to our scheduling and our conflicts in our schedule, we just try to fill in or go shoot something whenever we have an opening. So with that said, I didn't know necessarily going in what I would need. I did a lot of research and watching videos on lighting fire, but I really wanted the background to be dark. So that's why you see in the video, brother going ahead, we just got the fire. And by that, I brought my little mount. I had a little light with me, a little LED light with the with like a little color over it. I had like a little red thing over it. That didn't work. It wasn't going to be good enough for what we were doing, but the fire was adequate enough. The hardest challenge I think we had throughout was getting the fire lit. Like, man, the wood wouldn't catch at first. Making sure that the fire was blazing enough to give us enough light to where it'll light up his face. You'll see a couple of parts of the video to where it'll kind of dim out a little bit. We'll try to change cuts. We end up taking like 3 or 4 action scenes of just him rapping around the fire. But the closer you get to the fire, the hotter it gets. So man, we're out there sweating our tails off, black hoodies on, recording it. We're in the South, so of course, mosquitoes everywhere. When I tell you, my son the next day came to me asking me, can I put alcohol on his head, some rubbing alcohol. I looked at his head. The kid had knots everywhere from the mosquitoes. I mean, which if you don't know by now from my Instagram feed, that's my trusty assistant. He helps me whenever I have him in that environment because I want to share with him, get him up to speed, and kind of give him what I have. So whenever he gets older, he can do whatever he wants to do with it. But let's get back to what we're really talking about. just with it, man, we went through 3 big jugs of lighter fluid, just trying to keep this flame lit. We end up starting off strong, fire blazing, and I'm talking to my homeboy Drew, make it hot, give me the poof, man, give us the heat, man. So we can have the lighting, because we'll start off strong, and you'll notice in the beginning of the video, the imagery is very, very strong, because the fire is blazing, we got the adequate lighting, and towards the end of the video, you'll see it tapering off. There were many parts that I wanted to use, but we couldn't because the image would go completely black. Just because the flame was still blazing, but not enough, and not enough light was coming off of it, so we could adequately light him. I mean, and that was the challenge in the editing floor. So making sure I balance between these different cuts, the slow motion cuts, and just making everything kind of flow seamlessly together. The other idea I had, besides to add an addition to the voice in the wilderness crying out, I wanted to have souls coming in, because just like in biblical day or back then, or just even, you know, later in our time in the 60s and the 70s, you would have the preacher, man, would stand on a milk crate or a box, and he would preach the gospel, and people would come in, they would listen, and they will receive the word of the Lord, and hopefully he would lead them to salvation. Well, I wanted that to happen too. I wanted these people to come out of the dark with some black hoods on, because they're veiled, they're blinded to the word, and throughout the video towards the end, they take the hood off. You can see now you can see them, and he's preaching, evangelizing, he's praying with them. Well, didn't have that ability because we couldn't get the location. I mean, I had my boy Drew there. He was going to be one of the people to get witness to, but that didn't work out like we desired. So it was all good. In the end, it was a change up for me being a director. I was a little bit more comfortable this time. I was able to direct him like I wanted. He was a little bit more open due to the success of the first video we shot and how that came out. He was a little bit more receiving to my direction. I was more comfortable giving my direction, and we ended up making an amazing video. You'll see in this video, compared to my previous work, you'll see you'll see me experiment more. You'll see me doing some speed ramps. You'll see me using some different transitions, little flickers and flashes here and there, just to add a little nuance to the video, add a little spice to it without being distracting. I didn't want to go in like I see some people where you'll see them, you can tell that they're a novice at what they're doing, because you'll see, looks like they went into the generic filter folder that come with the program, and they're using every transition in there. I mean, come on, bro, let's not do it like that. Have an idea, have a plan. So we had a plan, we executed. I sent them the first draft of the video. Was like, okay, we still had time because we made a decision to release it later on. Went back, made another revision on it, added some speed ramps, some different types of transition, little light effects, enhanced the video completely. Came back, I loved it. So, so far this is my favorite video. Let's hopefully that every video I shoot, it gets better and better, and I'll have a new favorite, I have a new love. But for right now, Napalm Fisherman has a special place in my heart, because it was a vision that I had completely. It wasn't on our docket. We have a couple more videos that we have down in the pipe in the line, and this one was one that I was like, man, I want to do personally. So happy with it, happy the way it came out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it just as much as I do, and I did shooting it. Despite the mosquito bites, it was lovely. So this is your boy Deal with Underground State of Art. Man, go create something. Hopefully you loved it. And don't forget to comment and subscribe, man. Hit that little bell, man, so you know when we got our next videos coming. We got a lot of stuff coming. So thank y'all for taking this ride with me. Holla at y'all later, man.